Hey, I'm Matt from In the Moment, and I'm in bed with
Daniel.
How's it going, Daniel?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
It's nice to be in bed with you finally.
I know, after all these years.
I've seen you around.
So do you think that attitudes about HIV have changed significantly over the years?
Yeah, they have, because I grew up in the early 80s, and it was like a nightmare, and everybody was afraid of it, and people were dying, and it was very serious, and then so there was this wave of fear and panic, and now people think it's a manageable disease. And I feel like people have become a bit apathetic about it. And you hear things about people barebacking and not caring. And in the worst cases, like actually procuring HIV and practicing unsafe sex with people they know or think might be positive, which is, it's absolutely outrageous to me, and it's shocking. And just because, like, my heart is very much involved with AIDS. I do the AIDS walk. I raise money. I try to raise awareness. It's a very important cause because I've seen the effects of it. And it's quite outrageous, some of the things that are going on in the gay community and on the internet at the moment. And it makes me angry.
What do you think that we as a community can do to continue to educate and spread the word?
To educate? I don't know. I almost want to say go really negative. I mean, I'm in a mixed mind because I don't like negative images, but in the early 80s there were these ads with the bowling balls and the skeletons, and they were really horrific stuff that scared people, which in a way I'm not a big fan of, but maybe that's what it takes. And one thing I've noticed is, for example, sorry, that's my phone. I'm gonna hit in.
No problem.
Well, whatever, I'm gonna let it ring. One thing I've noticed is when you see guys united in the fight for gay marriage, like with the whole Prop 8 thing, I was marching over that, and it was great to see everyone so united over Prop 8, but I thought it's a shame that people are not united over AIDS, because AIDS still kills people, even though maybe it's slower and it's less painful and it's more managed. It's still a terrible thing that people need to avoid.
It's still current, even if it doesn't feel.
It's very current, and it causes suffering.
And do you think that there's a rule of thumb in terms of how often you should be tested?
I mean, they say every 6 months. I think more important than being tested is, sure, you want to get tested, but what's most important is practicing safe sex. That's what's really important. And
By that you mean?
Well, firstly asking people's HIV status, using a condom for any and all anal sex, and having an awareness. And actually, now that I come to think about it, one thing that could change people's perception is really sitting people down and getting them to think about how it affects other people. Because if you become HIV positive, it's going to affect the people around you, your sex partner, your friends, your family. I've had friends that have become HIV positive, and it has affected me, and not as much as them. But I think if people really are brought to think about the effect it has on the community, the money it costs, any suffering they might encounter, I think that's one thing that needs to be raised.
All right, well, here are some extra condoms for you, just in case you get lucky tonight. Thanks for joining me. All right.